Be quiet.
Make it fast. I got a room inspection in the morning. I got to clean my room. I told you, 3 hots and a cot.
Have you guys met Andy Dufresne?
I may have run into him once or twice.
No, man, you're Andy Dufresne.
Yeah, there's one of those in here.
Yeah, you're it.
No, there's one of those in here.
Okay, and we are live.
All right, we are live. Sorry about running late, folks. We had to fix a couple of things, but apparently Albert couldn't make up his mind whether to go left or right. We finally gave up. So here we are. It is Monday.
Blame the guy. Blame the guy who can see.
Speaking English?
Blame the poor guy.
Oh, go.
I wasn't blaming anybody. I was blaming everybody.
Okay.
Anyway, okay, guys. So anyway, let me make a couple of announcements before we start our movie review. And boy, do I have a lot to say about that one. Don't give it away, dear. Anyway, so first announcement. I am planning to do a town hall or a group session discussion in June. This will be with blind persons who have guide dogs. They can come on the show, discuss the pros, the cons, their experiences with having a guide dog. And if you are interested in coming on the show, please send us an email. And guess what? We have a new email address. If you have any questions, you can send it. Or if you want to sign up or you're interested in coming on the show, this is how you can do it. Send an email to the twoblindmiceshow@gmail.com. That's the two blind.
Visible.
Really?
Cut out.
That's the twoblindmiceshow@gmail.com.
Is it number 2 or TWO?
I was about to spell it, Vanna. Oh. You turn the letters, I spell them, okay?
Okay.
And that is spelled THETWOBLINDMICESHOW. The twoblindmiceshow@gmail.com. Yes, it's a long email address, but I think it goes.
Holy cow, whose idea was that? Wasn't mine.
You know, you're lucky.
It makes you think of MOUSE.
MOUSE.
You know, I don't get paid enough for this.
You don't get paid at all.
Exactly. Take the hint, guys.
Continue your announcement.
Anyway, so if you don't want to mess with that long email address, put it in the comment section. I will also be announcing this on Leader Dog's alumni page. You can call me at 956-238-7753. You can also text me. It's 956-238-7753. That's my phone number. Feel free to call me anytime. That's what we're going to plan on doing in June. Now, keep in mind, the seats are limited. She's taking allergy medication, as you can tell. So keep that in mind. Seats are limited to 6 people. Not my fault. That's StreamYard's fault. That's how much they're limited to, unless I pay them more money. In other words, they're extorting. No, I'm just joking.
Don't say that. They're going to take you off of here.
I know they are. I'm just joking. I'm sure they have a sense of humor. All right, my second announcement that I got tonight is on April the 19th. Please keep this in mind. This is important. As you know, I have been promoting NaviLens quite a bit. And as a disclaimer and in full disclosure, I do not get any compensation from NaviLens for what I'm doing. Anyway, going back on April the 19th at 10 a.m. Central Time, we will be interviewing a representative from NaviLens, Oran McAllister. We have been talking to each other for about a month or so, trying to get this organized, and we're finally able to do so. He's going to be talking both about the private and public use of NaviLens codes with a focus on public use. Now, if you're not familiar with NaviLens codes, that... Sleepy, honey?
Sorry.
Anyway, so we're going to be doing that again on Wednesday, April 19th at 10 a.m. Central Time. The reason for the difference in the time is because he is in Spain. That's where Navigance is centered. He's going to bring a lot of information, a lot of details. As some of you may or may not be aware, I'm trying to start working towards making our part of the country a little bit more accessible. And that is the very first step that we're going to try to work on. So invite friends, whether sighted or not, to attend that show. I will be announcing it again over the next several days until April 19th comes along. I really think you should listen to that. I think you should participate. And if at the least, watch the recording, because it's going to be a lot of useful information he's going to provide directly, as they say, from the horse's mouth. I know a lot about Navigance, but I'm pretty sure I don't know as much as he does. And that's why I decided to do it. And I really appreciate him coming on. Let's take advantage of the information that he's going to be doing. So there you go. Those are the two announcements that we got now. I think we may have started finally live streaming on YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, welcome to the show. Again, to both of you on Facebook and on YouTube, please share this video, share our page, follow us, and let's see what we can do to work together to make our part of the world a little bit more accessible. Now, as part of the show, we do a movie review. Now, if you were here last show, we did Steel Magnolias.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, and just so you know, guys, Mary Vanna is on speakerphone. We had a little problem putting her on the StreamYard. So that's why she sounds a little bit.
I'm coming straight from Austin, Texas. Chris Cole, hot in a cot.
Honey.
That's what this place is.
Honey.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
nice here.
Give us a minute. The focus is going to be completely on you, Vanna, so don't worry about it.
My allergies are really bad, so.
Yeah, that's why I want to do the movie review, so we can get to you as soon as we can.
Okay.
Guys, feel free to comment, ask any questions. When Mary comes along, well, actually, you can ask any questions, make any comments during the whole show. So let me start off with doing the movie review. Like I said, we did Steel Magnolias, and Mr. Justin Whittington is our reviewer. He is very direct in his reviews, very enlightening.
No, we did Sweet Home Alabama.
I'm about to be quiet. Okay. So anyway, we did Steel Magnolias. He didn't hold anything back, and I sent him a message. I think it was earlier today or yesterday. I told him, keep it up. It's all part of the fun and games. So with no further ado, or whatever word it's used, let's do this show's review. Sweet Home Alabama. Justin, take it away. I'll stick my finger down my throat in the process. Okay, go.
Well, so that right there, this offers a good stark contrast of the consumers of my co-parts on this show and their unsophisticated taste. I'll just say that. So, and because Steel Magnolia has got the chain reaction for Sweet Home Alabama, we're gonna do a little bit of a compare and contrast.
Hold on a minute before you go any further. Albert.
Yo.
Is your finger on the eject button?
No. Let it go.
No, Phil, I'm not throwing you off the show today.
Hey, I'm the one that signs your check, pal. You better listen
I
to
want
me.
to hear this. Let Justin talk.
Okay, go ahead, Justin. Sorry, no more.
Oh, okay, no worries. So, like I said, that Steel Magnolias did bring us to Sweet Home Alabama. So we kind of do a little bit more of that romantic element of it. So, and I'll say this, Philip, I did sit down and view this movie in an honest way, almost if I was a college professor, grading a paper. And I still stick with my previous show of Steel Magnolias failed. And Sweet Home Alabama, actually, when I started looking into it, is a very well written movie. So it
Sorry, I threw up in my mouth there for a second.
Well, I'm gonna enlighten you, sir, so don't worry. That'll be crow you're choking on later. So our movie starts off, and it's a very like cinematic view, even for us blind viewers. It's a young boy and a young girl running around like chickens with their head cut off in the middle of a lightning storm on a beach. And we're presented with a young man chasing a girl, and then essentially it's, what do you want to marry me for anyhow, so I can kiss you anytime I want to. Like, my favorite line from that movie, like, love it. But this young boy and girl like represents what would be a true love, one that's not tainted by anything that we can the older that we get. I mean, it's just absolutely pure love, and he's wanting to marry her for nothing else, but he wants to be able to kiss her anytime he wants. And them setting up the this opening scene is very beautifully done, because it can also offer the metaphor that a man and a woman trying to find and pursue love, it's a chaotic storm. I mean, it's beautiful, it's simple, it's chaotic, it's ugly, it's messy. I mean, it's life. And lightning storm is something that we as blind people can very much relate to in our personal lives. I mean, losing your vision, I would put that right up there with getting struck by a bolt of lightning. It's something that doesn't happen to everybody, and it's a life altering experience. So, it's a beautiful contrast. A bolt of lightning hits, and of course they're screaming and running. He brings back, like, come back here, we're safe. Like, lightning never strikes the same place twice, and they kiss and they get struck by lightning. So, like I said, just that opening scene itself is a very, very good setup for the rest of the movie and show. So then, we go through, it resolves into a grown woman, and it being her dream. We find out that she's in New York. She's this big to do woman. I mean, like, she's top of the social ladder, if you will. And it sets up, we learn also in this opening scene that she has, found her this really rich, elegant man. She's absolutely happy. She's got everything that you would think somebody would want. And the character of Andrew is a really interesting character in there too. And I don't like him. And the reason for my dislike of Andrew, the first time I watched the movie up to even now, is the way that he proposes to what's supposed to be the woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with. Yes, he surprises her. We see even beforehand that he's over the top. I mean, she goes home and her apartment is filled with roses. They're all over the place. And then he does the same thing with the engagement. He asked her to marry him, but instead of him taking that personal touch and picking out the ring himself, he's like, hey, just pick whatever ring you want to. Which, Mary, I want you to chime in on this one. But to me, the act of a man picking out a wedding ring, an engagement ring, is the man's first step of going, okay, look, baby, I've been paying attention to you, and I know what you're going to like, and this is something that I have personally picked out. Andrew doesn't do that. What is your thoughts on this, Mary?
I don't know. I have different thoughts because I'm blind. Still wouldn't know what to pick out of anything. So I did pick my own engagement ring.
Oh, well, never mind then. I'll move on and shut up. I'm asking the wrong person.
The worst papers are in the mail. Thanks, Justin. Thanks.
Whoops. So, anyways, moving on. That to me, that scene though, it represents of like, Andrew is an over the top character, and he relies more on his sophistication, his money, and his connections. And I'm kind of left with the impression that, like, this guy gets whatever the crap he wants. So then, like, that introduces, him meeting the mother, and then actually finding out that the engagement's going on. So it brings us back to her going to her hometown. And this is like, again, one of my favorite scenes is where, Melody comes up. This poor old boy comes up. He sees a pretty woman drive up to his yard, and all of a sudden it's like, you can get your stubborn butt down here and give me a divorce. Which this scene is really interesting to me because she has changed herself. That what we later find out is her husband doesn't even recognize her. So that again, like, kind of points a little bit to that literary element of kind of the deeper story that we see in this movie is like, she has made a complete change of herself. But like I said, I love this scene because it quickly devolves into a screaming match between children. It's just the back and forth, and we see what was once a prim and proper lady in the New York scene going full scale Southern crazy and like yelling, screaming. I mean, it's classic. I mean, it's something you'd see on an episode of Cops almost. So, and then there's one part in this scene that I love, and that's because when Jake calls the cop, which ends up being one of their childhood friends. He asked me, he's like, "Didn't take a swing at you, did you? We take that stuff real seriously now." And she pauses for a second. She's like, "No, Jake never hit me." And so to me, that points to like, look, she's still holding something towards him, because if she truly wanted to like end his life, she would be like, "Yeah, he hit me, arrest him." But anyways, Jake don't pull any punches, and he ends up sending her butt to jail, which is hilarious to me. So, and like I said, this whole opening bit of the movie sets everything else up really, really good. And so it doesn't take up the whole show, because I just emphasized those first opening scenes. But this movie, it has elements of like what so many kids, small town kids especially, have. It's like there's got to be more than life to this. That restless gypsy soul that we often have with young people. The lure of a big city, calls us out. And then going even further, like, especially for those of us that grew up having some type of vision, the lens of the camera always makes things seem so much more beautiful and appealing. And even more so now in our days of social media, like, we just see snapshots of somebody's life, and that causes a lot of people to kind of go awry and think that their own life sucks and that there's better life than this. And Melody has to go back and face like essentially the skeletons from her past. And when she first comes home, it's like, life at home was absolute hell. It sucks. She's better than this. But as the movie goes and progresses, Melody starts realizing the way she remembers home is not quite the way it really was, which kind of inserts that element that sometimes people have, is the way we remember things can be altered by our own position in life. So what I may remember as a fun time, using this movie review of Still Magnolias as an example, Philip's gonna be like, no, that was the worst review I've ever heard in my life. So like it kind of illustrates that how our own perceptions can alter the way that we remember things, and when we become true to ourselves, we can get a little bit clearer picture. But so there's that element of Melody. But then Jake, we also find out in the movie that he ends up following her to the city. And instead of him bringing her back, he's faced with all the new world that she's in has to offer. And instead of him tracking her down and saying, "Look, I'm sorry I screwed up," his action is to go back home and make something of himself. And towards the end of the movie, we find out he has made something for himself, but he still went yet to go back to New York and bring her home. And I think this illustrates what we as men, especially young men, is we often feel the weight of the world is on our shoulders. And no matter what we do, it's never good enough. And especially like Jake, his view with Melody illustrates something that I think we as guys often are subject to, is no matter what we do for the women that we love, we know that they deserve better and we want to give them better. Now, some people handle this well and use as an excuse to strive to do better tomorrow than they did today. And other people don't handle that very well. And, we kind of see that with Jake at the first of the movie. You can tell he does not want to lose the chance of Melody being back home. That's why he has to sign the divorce papers. He's like giving all these contingencies of what she has to do first for him to sign those papers. And that's really him trying to help her to remember who she is. And Jake, like, you can tell he still has feelings for her, but he does what we as men often do. And we handle that just absolutely poor. I mean, we act like 3-year-olds that has lost our favorite toy. So I think this movie illustrates that complexity that we as people have, regardless of our age, that we have in relationships and love. But then it also points to, like, we've always got choices of what we can do, and we kind of see the both sides of the fence of how those choices and stuff interacts. And as the movie goes on, Melody starts becoming that Southern girl that she was. And I love it because at the end, Melody is, she's had the papers signed. She's about to marry Andrew. This man, like, he essentially has offered her the world. And she finds out that she didn't do her part of signing the divorce papers. It's waiting on her to sign it. And she realizes in that moment, like, yes, what I'm about to do is everything that I thought I wanted, but I realize, like, I've been running from my own past, and you don't want to marry me. And that turning point in the movie comes from Jake and Melody being at the grave of their past puppy. We find out there that they was pregnant early. They decided not to have a child, and that was essentially what drove them apart. And you can see the remorse on both of them. They almost want to take that plunge, but they don't do it. So our movie comes in full. Oh, I got to back up. One of my favorite parts is her Southern homecoming is brought in the form of a fist to the face. Like, don't you talk about my mama that way. I love that. And, that's kind of a nod to, us Southerners, to, the Yankee, oh, the South's risen again. Like, Southern way has a way of making it. But anyway, so then moving forward to the scene that wraps it up, and that is Jake out on the lakeshore again. And it's in the middle of a lightning storm. It's brought to him, her telling him apparently we're still married. He's like, what do you want to be married to me for anyhow? And she repeats the line from earlier, so I can kiss you anytime I want. Now, circling back to where I was talking about those elements, those theatrical elements, that lightning storm and them getting struck by lightning is a deeper metaphor of lightning can strike in the same place twice. And lightning in this instance being that, finding your true love. And this couple, not only do they get struck by that bolt of lightning of finding their true love, their person in this world, but they find that person twice, and it's the same person, and they get to fall in love with them all over again. Like, to me, it's a very well done chick flick. Unlike, some people that think Steel Magnolia is great, which, I ain't pointing any fingers.
That was really good.
You done?
Yes, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, I was gonna let it slide. I think you did a fantastic review of the movie and everything. And I was like about to, like you said, I was about to eat crow, and I was about to put it in my mouth, but I spit it out after you took that shot at me about Steel Magnolias. Okay. The fact that we are two guys arguing about which is the best chick flick should really show how weird things are.
Well, I think next week you guys should do a guy flick.
2 weeks.
No, in 2 weeks you should do a guy
Yeah.
flick.
Well,
yeah,
let me tell you something. I loved how Reese Witherspoon's character reverted back to her Southern accent.
Yes.
I thought she did a great job on it. I live with one who has that. And frankly, I think it's kind of sexy. Anyway, so, but the thing about it is, in my opinion, I felt no chemistry between the actors, to be honest with you. I really did not. I mean, Andrew was kind of dry. So was, what's his name, Jake?
Dempsey, that's why.
Yeah.
He was kind of dry. I think the
Always dry.
only two characters that really carried the movie were Reese Witherspoon and Candice Bergen, because Reese Witherspoon is Reese Witherspoon. I loved her in Legally Blonde. I think she did fantastic there. But Candice Bergen is known to be a grumpy woman.
Oh, yeah.
And in this movie, she's a grumpy old woman. And she carried it off. But that was it. I could not feel any chemistry. I really did not. And I would place this movie as the top 100 movies I'll never see again.
Oh, go try something. I like.
At this point, we were going to start talking about Mary's adventures over at Chris Cole, but I think it's time to end the show tonight because she really doesn't know. Anyway, all right, I'll change my mind. We can do that now. Now, Justin and Austin, Sarah, great job on the review, man.
What movies in 2 weeks?
We don't know yet.
Tombstone.
Oh my gosh, no.
What?
Tombstone.
Oh my God, that's the best movie ever made.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad Mary's in Austin, because if she watches it there, I don't have to listen to her quote the whole movie. This woman can quote the whole movie.
God, I love that movie.
Okay, well, let's not get into it. Let's have
No,
a...
I think that's attractive to some men.
Hello,
I'm just saying.
honey.
Oh.
I turned the volume down and listened to you. You can't deny
Okay,
it.
what do you want me to talk about for my adventures?
Well, okay. So we are going to do Tombstone in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So have fun.
I don't need to watch it. I have it memorized.
Show off.
Oh,
All right,
like
guys.
Philip.
That don't give it away. You can do that in 2 weeks. Okay.
Hey, Philip.
Chomp on the bit.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah, Bert.
I believe Margarena has entered the studio.
Oh, really? Macarena? Hello. Macarena.
How did she get in there? I couldn't. Oh, I know what it is. Only certain people are allowed in the studio.
Honey, you're on speaker.
I know I am. I couldn't get into the studio.
Well, I know you're still here. It's okay.
Oh.
We'll figure it out.
Can you
We'll see
hear
what's
me?
going- Yeah, we can.
Hello,
Can you
how are you, Mary?
I'm okay.
You came in at the right time. We had just done, Justin had just finished doing the movie review on which we agreed to disagree.
Yes, I heard his last comment, and I agree with you.
And that's coming from a chick, Justin. Anyway,
Well, your
okay,
chick
so we're
agrees
gonna
with me, so. Nanner.
Oh, don't put me in that predicament. Don't put me in that predicament. No. Next topic. All right. So, as you all know, Vanna is in Austin attending the Chris Cole Rehabilitation Center, also known really offhand as Austin School for the Blind. She's been there since last Sunday or Saturday.
The 2nd, April 2nd.
Yeah, she started there, and now many people are calling or texting me and asking me if I am missing Mary. So before anybody, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Before anybody asks me again about Mary, I'm going to tell you here in all sincerity, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm not missing her. I miss her having here, but we talked every night this whole week. Okay, that's one thing Mary and I have always been good at, and that's talking to each other for hours on end.
Yapping,
So I do miss her being here, but I don't miss her. Okay, I love her very much, and I'm not ashamed to tell anybody that. I wish she was here, but I'm glad she's there. Not for the negative reasons, but for the positive ones. That Mary, I haven't told Mary this, but I'm going to tell everybody here. Okay, and I'm not going to embarrass you, honey. Don't worry about it.
Okay, don't.
No, I'm not going to embarrass you. I know Mary better than anybody that's on here and on Two Blind Mice. I know her better than anybody.
Yep.
And the one thing I know about Mary is her level of confidence. And in just this 1 week alone, I can hear it in her voice that her confidence level has gone up. And that's just 1 week at Chris Cole. And I have to say that I strongly believe that what Macarena and what's her name? The one who was with us last week?
Idalia.
Idalia said about how fun it is. I think I'm seeing it in Mary. She apparently, according to her, is the life of the party there. Because if you know
Like
Mary
that's
like
a
I know Mary,
Like that's a surprise.
yeah, she
Yeah.
can talk and talk and talk and talk.
And they love my southern accent here.
Yeah, I never heard that. I never even heard that one.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I'm having fun.
So anyway, so let's start a little quick review or a recap of what you did this week. So
Oh my goodness.
start
Okay.
with the building.
Oh my God. 9,300 square feet, 3 stories, basement, first floor, second floor. Sunday lost, Monday lost, Tuesday cried. Wednesday found my room by myself finally. Thursday cried because of keyboarding. And Friday, I was good by Friday of last week. But allergies are really bad here. Me and Johanna are very sick with allergies. Johanna is a girl that's from Mission. I have her in 2 of my classes. She's a very sweet girl, and she's only 4'8". She's a little bitty thing. When I get near her, I feel like a giant. She's real cute. She's only like 18 going on 19.
And how are you? How tall are you, honey?
5'8".
Okay, now that puts it into perspective.
Yeah, she's a little thing. Yeah.
Okay, well,
But she's got a huge heart. She's a beautiful soul. She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's very sweet. Her laugh is contagious.
Yes.
Once you hear her laugh, oh, forget it. You're gonna be gone. You'll be laughing with her. I started Braille. I already know A through Z. I know my numbers.
Wait.
What?
Did you just say you know A through Z?
I mean A through J. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Don't scare me like that.
A through J in 1 week, and then numbers.
I was gonna say A through Z in a week. Wow.
I can put doorknobs on, take them off. I can fix a toilet. Fix a lamp. What else can I fix? Oh, faucet. Pretty much. I can do all that. Yeah. And type. I'm starting to type on my keyboard.
All right.
Tomorrow I have a room inspection, so I have to clean my room. So that's kind of something.
Perfect segue. I was about to ask you. Tell us about your accommodations.
3 hots and a cot.
What
Pretty
about?
much.
How good are the
I'm
hots?
just kidding. I have my own room. I'm in room 7. Just like my birthday 7. I don't know how that happened, but winky dinky. There are 2 twin-size beds in here. Mine is close to the door. There's 2 desks, 2 dressers. I'm on one side of the room, and the other room is empty. Nobody's with me in my room, so it's just a bed, empty desk, and a bathroom with 2 sinks and a shower, and the regular toilet. I gotta clean all that tonight for the morning. I get inspected.
All right. So you told us.
By La Jefa, Lisa.
By the way, you're speaking to the female version of Andy Dufresne. She didn't commit the crime, but she's doing the time. So.
She watches me eat in the dining room to make sure I use my fork and knife, which I have already been passed by because I do. She's already proved me with, I don't have to take any special classes for eloquent, or what is it called? Whatever it's called, At the dining room, I can't eat like a savage, like most blind people do in the dining room right now. They teach you how to use your knife and fork and,
What's the menu like?
Huh?
What's the menu like?
I don't know. They tried to kill me today with something spicy for dinner. The food is good. I thought I'd lose weight. Now that ain't happening. I don't do breakfast. I do 2 meals a day. I'd rather sleep 5 more minutes than get up and eat something I don't really care for. So tomorrow I am leaving the campus to go see a car that is self-driving at the other school for the blind from children. I believe it's across the street. I will be at that until noon, from 8 to noon. I'm interested. So there you go. I'm getting out and doing things.
Have they told you what's next as far as the curriculum is concerned?
I have to build something. I'm going to build a bird. What is it? Oh my God, my brain is not working. I'm sorry.
I'll leave
Oh, a
that.
birdhouse. Yeah, I'm gonna build a birdhouse. Looks like a barn. Gonna match my barn in the back of the house. Yeah, that's what I'm building.
Now, no,
Huh?
no offense to you, honey, but to our audience and to Macarena and Justin and Albert, this is how I feel about it, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way about it. But the Mary that we are talking to right now is not the same Mary we talked to the last time we had a show.
Well, I agree. I actually helped another student to her classroom today, and I never thought I'd do that. And she came in the same. No, she's been here longer than me.
Yeah, I remember.
She still is having a hard time finding her classes.
I remember when
I led her to her class today.
I remember when we were
Yeah.
at Leader Dogs in 2021. Mary started her usual way of getting lost, but by the end of the week, she went out to have breakfast all on her own and came back. She found her way. She's got some good orientation.
I do. Yeah, I find my way. Even if I get lost, I just reverse and go back the way I came. So, this is a very, very big building. I have to admit, I cried a little bit on Tuesday. I went to see my counselor and I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's too big. I don't know this building. And after I talked to her, I felt better because she just kind of mapped it out for me in a square. So that helped. That's what I needed. And then on my O&M, my instructor, I said, where were you 4 days ago when I needed you to teach me this building?
Who's your instructor?
So hard. Yes,
Who's your
Who's your instructor?
Todd.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Todd's really good. So all my instructors are very good. Thursday, I got upset and I cried a little bit because of keyboarding, only because of something the instructor told me, which I don't think he knew he did by accident. So, but I'm better now, and I move on. That's it. Yeah.
You know, if you guys knew Mary the way I know her for the last 4 years almost, this is not the Mary I met. And this is a Mary that didn't know anything about what was available for blind service or anything like that. And look where she is now. I'm proud of my wife. I really am, because I mean, she said Chris Cole. And I would never thought of her doing that 4 years ago. Yeah.
No, I would have
is.
never done it 4 years ago.
Let me tell you a story, Mary, that you don't know. When you and your husband were, I guess, not even together, he was interested on the painting, and I remember he asked me. I said, "Oh, I can talk to her. We can just like no. I will talk to her about it." I said, "Okay, I have to do this slowly." He said, "I have to do this slowly." And I said, "I remember those words, slowly." I said, "Okay." And look where you are now, both of you.
Yeah.
Well, with me, it's expected. I'm wonderful.
Well,
That's enough, Macarena. You can stop there.
There's just so many things you can do here. They're gonna give voice lessons. I am gonna do that.
Oh, guys, let me tell you something. One of the things that I love about Mary is she can sing like you would not believe. Every time we listen to our speakers, every time a song comes on that she knows and it's a female singer, I shut up and I just listen to her in awe. And if she sounds
I'll
good,
get some training.
exactly. If you sound as good as you do now, and then you get more training, I cannot even imagine what you're going to come back as.
I haven't gone to the gym. I know where the gym is, but the elevator for the gym's been broken. So I'm like, do I want to go down those stairs, go into that big dark basement? I don't know.
It's not. If it's still the same, it's not such a big deal. It's pretty simple.
No, it's not. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. Because you just go down and it's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, the question I got, based on what Macarena has said and what you said, how do you know it's a dark basement?
I don't. I'm assuming. I'm sure it has lights on, but I can't see them. So.
Basements are dark. Period.
Yeah.
Basements
are always dark.
You've
There's
watched,
no windows. There's nothing to let light in. That's what a basement is called. A basement.
you've watched too many thrillers.
No, it's true. That's why you go to the basement when you hide from tornadoes and stuff like that. Golly, Phil.
Well, I just had a question. I mean, I'm sure somebody is asking here, how can she tell it's dark if she's blind?
There's
I'm doing
just things
fine.
that we know just because we've been sighted and we know. It's a common sense that we have.
I want to say one thing: the instructors here are absolutely fabulous. Some of the best people that I've ever met. Some are blind, some are sighted, and they're all great.
Okay, for the record, you're not just saying that because they might be watching the show and you're trying to curry punch.
No.
Okay.
They have one of the best teams of instructors I've ever met.
And
This place could not run without them, that's for sure. I mean, even the kitchen staff, fantastic. I know them all by name. I know every student by name. I've only been here a week. I can tell their voices. I know who's walking by me. You don't even have to tell me. I can tell who it is by the way they click their cane even.
exactly the way they tap the cane. That's awesome. You are a real blind
I know
person
where
now,
Winfred
Mary.
is all the time when he's around me. I know where Todd is. I know already all the other students too. So
And who's
it's
your
only been a week.
counselor?
Yeah.
Who's your counselor?
Miss Carter.
Oh, I don't know her.
Yeah, I think she's a newer one. Yeah. I've met Jeff. He's one of my favorites. With his dog, Chuck. I love Chuck. Jeff. He's a counselor. I mean, I've met Scott. I've met everybody. I know everybody by name. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I do miss you, hon. I really do.
I don't believe it.
Okay. Well,
So can I ask Mary a question?
of course.
Call May.
What's
the 11th for my daughter's graduation from college.
what's your
I hate
immediate
to leave for
goal?
school.
Hold on, you're talking
It's
over.
hard when you leave to pick up when you get back and where you stopped. And I really don't want to miss anything, but I've got to do this. I've been waiting 25 years for this now. So, yeah.
Okay, you guys were stepping over each other. What Mary was talking about was that she'll be coming back home on the 11th of May for her daughter's graduation, and she'll be headed back over before the weekend is up. Now, Macarena was asking you a question, hon. So, Macarena, take it away.
Can you hear me?
So tell me what is your like for next week? What are your goals for next week?
Oh boy, keyboarding is so hard for me. Just to get through my lessons without getting frustrated. Because today I got frustrated. Keyboarding is a hard one for me. And I'm going out the end of this week. Start finding the bus stops. Start exploring Austin. The metro. I have my metro card already. I'll be starting to get on the metro. I'm super excited to just move around the city and explore. That's what I'm waiting for next week.
Awesome. I'm super happy for you because
Thank you.
these are just like baby steps, but when you go home, oh my God, you're gonna have the big whole picture of independence. So I'm very, very happy for you. I wish everybody had the guts to do it, because not everybody wants to do it.
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, make it sound easy, but this is not a walk in the park. This is not easy at all. So,
I know.
people that come here, they've got to have a lot of strength and willpower to come here.
And
If you don't
you
have
know,
your family, you don't have anybody.
but you know what?
You don't
Also,
know?
the support that you're getting from your family, from your daughter, from your husband, that makes a huge difference.
I do, but I also have friends here. I sit with the same people at lunch and dinner. We call it the VIP table because we are very important people.
Yeah, wait, honey.
What?
You're muffling up. What was that you said, the last sentence?
I sit with the same girls
Mary Sotelo.
at dinner at lunch on the VIP table because we are the VIP girls. Very important people. Do you hear me?
Who designated that name?
I did.
Yeah, I figured.
Actually, it was the mean girl table, but then I said, no, but none of us are mean. And so we switched to the VIP table.
Why
Yeah.
do
So
I
who-
get the image of the pink ladies for some reason?
No, it's
So
from
tell us
the
who
girls in the
sits.
movie with Lindsay Lohan. If you
Yeah.
don't wear pink, you can't sit with me on Fridays. That movie.
So
Okay,
who
you guys
is
need to watch it and then critique it then.
who sits with you at that table?
Raquel and a girl named Raquel and Caitlin. Caitlin's from La Feria. Yeah.
Poor girl.
Yeah, she's from La Feria. I have her in 2 of my classes too. She's very nice. And then Johanna, of course, is from Mission. And I have her 2 of my classes too.
Have you seen Johanna used her phone?
Yeah, I mean, she does it super fast. She's got her voiceover, and I'm just like,
But
huh?
but do you know that it's the Braille keyboard?
Yeah, she showed me. Yeah, she showed me the other day. I touched it. I don't use it, but she showed me her little watch too that she has. Yeah.
But let me tell you something, because my son Max, you know how we go on Mondays to the explore and discover the world in the dark. So she came one week, and my son saw the way she was using that phone. So she holds it with the pinkies. It's an Android. With the pinky, she's holding it, and with the other finger, she's typing on the Braille, um, the Perkins keyboard, and she's typing so fast. Her voiceover is at 100%. And my son comes in and says,
Nice.
"How come you don't type like that?" I said, "I'm not young, you know. I'm old,
Mm-hmm.
okay." But she can
Yep.
type. We had an interview with a lady from Telemundo. When she saw her typing, she was like, "Oh my God, how can she do that?" So she was fascinated just seeing her, the way she was just typing with the 6 keys,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Yeah,
She's
she's
super
really
fast
fast at all that. She's like
and
really.
very smart
She's
girl.
amazing. She's very smart and sweet. Yeah, I really enjoy. She sits right next to me in most of my classes, the 2 I have with her. So we're becoming good friends. So, and her and Caitlin, yeah, we're all pretty good friends. Everybody here is so nice. So that wraps up my Chris Cole for today because I got to clean my room.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to end the show in about a minute. So we'll get together in 2 weeks, which is the 24th. Yeah. Monday, the 24th. Again, don't forget about our interview with Oran McAllister from Navilance. That is on April 19th at 10 a.m. I do recommend that you invite both visual and non-visual persons.
Mary Sotelo.
And let's see, we need to promote this. Mary and I were having a conversation earlier as to how difficult it is to get everybody motivated. Well, hopefully we can take the first step through this.
So I have a question for that event. Are you going to have an interpreter for Spanish or no?
No.
Okay.
Now that you bring it up, I would like to. I asked Jesse from the WhatsApp group we're part of if he would share the information with the NFB group here in the Valley. And now that you bring it up, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get an interpreter. And no offense was intended.
Yeah, no. I've been promoting it with the people. We've had several events on the visionaries, and I've been promoting it, letting them know. But a lot of them are only Spanish speaking.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I might still have Catalina's phone number. Let me reach out to her tomorrow and ask if she's able to. If not, I'll get with you and let's see what we can figure out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for being on tonight's show. Justin, I appreciate your review. Edward, you can take your finger off the button. We're good to go. And in 2 weeks, we'll be doing Tombstone. All right. Now, let's just leave it at that because that is a very good movie. What?
Tombstone the pizza?
You're hungry.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I'm starting to get hungry too. I don't know why. Anywho, okay, so let's go ahead and cut it out for tonight again. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. But don't forget about April the 19th. I will announce it on this page. I will announce it on the other pages that I have. I will announce it on the other group that we have, Rio Grande Valley Coalition of the Blind. We are welcome to follow that page. Also, I'm working on some other projects with the city of Harlingen at this point that hopefully we can start promoting even more. So let's go ahead and end it out tonight, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following us. We really do appreciate it. And let's work together to advocate for ourselves and anybody else who is visually impaired. Y'all have a good night and thank you. Albert, push the button. Not Justin's.
Hello, Justin.
Honey.
I tell you, I hit this button. It still don't do what it wants to.